Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and T-Roy. Sounding great, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
How are you, T?
Hell of a lot better than you, my man.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot better than you.
Yeah, I'm falling apart at the seams. What are you going to do? I figured it was better to sound like this and look like this and feel like this than do a show than not do a show. It's not going to improve how I feel anyways.
Sure, there you go.
Yeah. Oh,
Who knows?
My God, yeah.
Maybe it'll have a holistic effect on you.
That's what I'm hoping. I don't know, man. It's been a rough call. I got a lot of sleep last night, though. It doesn't seem to be paying off in dividends, but I went to bed not too late and then slept for a long ass time, probably 11 straight hours.
Wow.
Yeah, which it's been tough the previous few nights because I kept coughing so much I was waking myself up.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that last night, but I don't know how long my voice is going to be like this. My guess is quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
But
you got a little Peter Brady going.
Do I?
Yeah, a little time to change. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Like it's about to just crack.
Yeah. It doesn't feel very good. So it doesn't hurt, though. It's not like I've got a sore throat. It
Doesn't feel very good, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
The coughing sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that really sucks, but what are you going to do? I don't know if I should go to the doctor or not. I feel like I'm at the doctor every other day anyways.
Yeah.
So this will be a problem when I have surgery in a few weeks, but I'm assuming it'll be gone before then.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think this is a life sentence or anything.
No. Is this the time of is this the season? Are people getting sick right now?
It's the time for change. Yes, it
It's
is.
time to change.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, I guess who knows? Because, winters, there's the whole cold and flu season that goes around.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. But as far as, there's certain times, I think, like in the spring and the fall, it just seems like there's there's a time when everybody gets sick, it feels like. But
Yeah.
what the hell do I know?
Yeah, me either. So, bear with us. We're hanging in there.
Kids are out of school now, so I don't get those memos anymore.
I was like, wait, they're out of school right now? But yeah, you mean in general.
Right.
Yeah. Did they used to send you memos, by the way?
No, but you just knew when everybody was sick.
Yeah.
The fucking petri dish.
Dude, I keep hearing that, with Marshall, Reed, and Madison. I don't remember, the whole class has the flu. Were we just tougher kids then?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember. It was rare when you got sick in grade school, middle school, high school. It wasn't like the whole class collapsed and you needed to everyone be sent home or not go to school. I don't remember that at all.
I can't. Actually, I don't remember that at all. In any of the years that I went of any real outbreaks of anything.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely tougher. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up outside, fucking eating dirt and
Yeah, that's true.
shit like that. Not
Isn't that
sitting
crazy?
in here. Yeah.
How it took one generation.
Yeah. Well, there's something to be said about an immune system.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. No, but I mean kids in general, how did they go it had to have been us, our generation having kids that turned them into total pussies.
Yeah.
I mean, did you keep your kids, were they confined to the yard and shit? We would leave home in the first thing in the morning. See you at dinner.
I shouldn't say. The mom was a bit of a coddler.
Was she?
The ex, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a time, this guy was probably 13, something like that, and she wanted to ride her bike to a friend's house. And, could literally go from it was 2 subs over, but you could go through our sub, through the nice big, new subdivision in between, and then into the other sub. Didn't have to go through any main roads, didn't have to do anything.
Right.
And it was literally less than half of a mile.
Yeah.
Right? I used to ride my bike to the fucking Livonia Mall. 5 miles, 6 miles, whatever the hell that was, from the house.
Yeah, that's a hell of a hike. Were you at 10 in Inkster or 10 in middle about then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so wouldn't let her go. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, why?
She's 13?
Yeah, she was 13, wanted to ride her bike over to a friend's house, wouldn't let her go. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Why? She's like, because she's going to get abducted. I'm like, is she? I didn't see the van driving up and down the street the day.
Right.
Did you?
Yeah.
So, yes, I don't know where it came from, how it came from. Everybody's different. It certainly was not me. I fought like hell to let them spread their wings and fly.
Yeah.
But I got shot down a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see them confined, and, like the idea of setting up play dates is another one where it's like, wait a minute, they can't just go to their friend's house and knock on the door. If the kid's available, they play. If not, they fucking leave. No. You need to set up these dates, and it's so weird. But it's like you would think that the kids that are growing up today and last generation, which is your daughter, your daughters, like where would they have gotten that? Because it wasn't anyone in our generation. Like when we were little kids, we literally at 6 years old were riding our bikes all over the neighborhood.
Yep.
They might tell us. I remember being at like 7 Mile and Merriman, in Livonia. And so Livonia Mall was a lot closer than it was from Farmington Hills. But we could go to the end of the sub where Tweeny's was, party store. They sold pizza slices and candy and shit.
Great You Bake pizzas at Tweeny's.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm aware.
And it was like the most we would get was like, don't go to, there was a McDonald's over there somewhere too, but you had to go across a main road to get there. It might have been 7 Mile, might have been Merriman. I can't remember exactly how that went, but you did have to leave the sub and cross a main road. And it was like, don't do that. And it was like me and my buddy would ride our bikes and was like, I won't tell my mom if you won't tell your mom. And we'd go over to McDonald's and get our hamburger or whatever for probably a nickel.
Yeah.
Cash
in your coupon from the trick-or-treating book.
Yeah, exactly. But, and we would do that quite frequently. And it was, I guess I understand now, it was like we were 7 years old. Our parents didn't want us going across a main road, busy intersection, where there wasn't a light.
Yeah.
But that's as close as they came to telling us where we could go or what we could do. And,
I mean, even when I was at 11 in Middle Belt, whatever, but I was technically, the busing radius for middle school for East was 1 mile. Anybody under a mile didn't get bused. So I didn't have a choice. I had to walk or ride my bike to school. And I had to cross 2 main roads to get it. I was on the other side of 11 Mile and Middle Belt, so I'd have to cross 11 Mile and Middle Belt to go to school to and from every day.
And East is a middle school.
Is a middle school, right. So I mean, you're talking 6th grade. But no,
that's weird. East was 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah.
See, middle school for me was always just 7th and 8th.
Oh, yeah, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, it wasn't a fucking big deal then. But we were forced to do it.
Yeah.
But people didn't have cell phones, so they didn't have their heads down while they were driving, blowing through red lights and mowing over 7-year-olds in the intersections as much. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there was the kidnappings and the abducting and the rapings and stuff going on back then, but didn't have the 24-hour news cycle to put the fear of God into everybody about it.
Which is wild because while you heard about it more, especially with the advent of cable television and, by the time, that generation, your daughters were coming up, like cable was just an automatic. You were almost the weirdo if you didn't have it by then. But it's never been safer as far as abductions, murder, that kind of thing. Like today, it's never been safer. You'd never know that by seeing today's kids. And that was true with your daughter's generation.
Yeah.
It was never safer than when they were kids growing up. Yet for whatever reason, and it has to have had something to do with that. Like when we were little kids, pre-cable even, you had your, handful of channels, but they didn't have 24-hour programming yet.
Yeah.
And so that 24-hour programming meant you had to have 24 hours worth of shit to fill it. And so that's where the explosion of like, scare the shit out of parents about what people want to do to their kids stories came from.
Yep.
But it worked, I guess, because there's no way, like
maybe too well.
We see stories now of like, we did a story a few years ago now, of these parents that would let their fucking 8-year-old walk the 6-year-old sister to school, and then he would go to school or whatever.
Yep.
And they called the cops on him. And CPS came in and wanted to take these kids away for neglect. And it was like, no, we're trying to raise these kids to be independent. We don't need to be with them every fight. And it was like,
Tell me what how I'm endangering them.
Yeah.
What is the danger that I'm endangering them with?
yeah.
Let's have that conversation.
And I guarantee it, when those kids grow up, they're going to be way more independent and,
Of course, for sure they will.
on some level, you know. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird time. I don't even know how we got there, but you know.
Being sick in school.
Yeah, sick in school. There you go. There you go.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, the crew at Zott Ford and Holly is jonesing to help you get a brand new Ford, all while delivering exceptional deals and a world-class experience. Right now, you can lease a new loaded 22 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT 4x4 as low as $292 a month for just 24 months. Or you can lease a jammed-up 22 Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive as low as tree a month for also 24 short months. Plus, if you're going to tell your friends at Zott Ford, they'll kick in $500 worth of accessories at no additional charge when you get that F-150. Zott Ford is still paying $2,000 over your appraised value, and when you lease or buy a new Escape, Edge, or Explorer, but only if you know the name of Etard's favorite furry little critter, Tony. Finally, Gabar and the team are still going nuts and offering 0% financing on lots of new in-stock vehicles. So check out their voluptuous inventory and dazzling deals at dealsinthed.com.
RadioFor1.com is live tea, as you know. That is the place to get your official TDC Podcast merch. Sweatshirts, hats, winter beanies, all that kind of stuff. Check it out. We will continue to add more stuff in there if people support it and pick up some things. I'd love to see pictures of people with the newest gear, the stuff that we don't even have yet.
Yeah.
Some new sweatshirts in there that are really dope. And please wear those with pride and send us some pictures of it or post online, whatever.
Pride.
Yes. Amazon link, Amazon Canada. Is there easy ways to support us, even if you can't afford to be a Patreon member or something? I know you're shopping at Amazon. Just go to radiofor1.com, click on the link, and shop away. My Pillow. Make sure you use promo code TDC. That works at the My Store as well, mystore.com. Groupon is on there for anyone that uses Groupon. And, of course, our favorite, the Patreon members area. I promise we'll do some members content this week. I've been sick, so it's been a little tough, but we'll do some this week. And for new members that go in there, there's plenty for you to listen to in there. Some great conversations.
Get caught up.
Yeah, good way to get caught up. Exactly. You excited for the Super Bowl this weekend?
You know, I kind of am.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
It feels weird. Like it doesn't feel like a crazy Super Bowl week. Like usually there's constant stories about the commercials.
Yeah.
Or
And I mean, usually, like I'm going to a Super Bowl party or something's going on.
Yeah.
Not doing shit.
no.
No, I'm gonna sit here and
I
watch
like it that way. Actually, not going to a party,
Yeah.
but
No, I got tons of squares. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping some of those pop. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all I really care about. And a good game.
I have the worst luck with Super Bowl squares.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever won one. Maybe I did a couple years ago. Won like one quarter. But yeah, I've never had much luck with those.
Yeah.
And I used to buy a shitload of squares.
Sure.
You know, it was like, all right, I've bought the whole board. I got to win something. And no, I wouldn't.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. Don't have much of a rooting interest. Don't care.
No,
either
not
way.
overall. My hot take
Yeah.
is I think Philly is probably a little better team,
Yeah.
but I think it's very difficult to get there and win it your first time. And I think that Kansas City has been there, lost, and is primed to now get over the hump and
Yeah.
win it. Between the experience of Andy Reid as opposed to Sirianni or whoever.
Nick Sirianni,
the second-year coach in his first year? Second
I
year?
think it's his first
Might be
year.
his first year. So,
First or second.
yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
Just all the shit that goes into it, that you're out of your routine.
Yeah.
Get all up in your head.
You would think these guys would know how to navigate it, though. There's been
mean-
so many stories for so many years about people that screw that up. Like, oh, the requests from family and friends come out of the woodwork. Like, you would think they would have an absolute game plan already in place. There's been enough Super Bowls to know, you're going to expect this. We're taking it off your plate. Here's how we're going to handle it. You direct anyone that's got a question about tickets to Linda. She's going to handle all requests for teams, whatever. You would just think they'd have that figured out, so it wouldn't be such a train wreck for every team.
I mean, it's a lot more than just the tickets. I mean, it's the pomp and circumstance that goes along with that whole week leading up to it. Like I said, it's just you're not in your normal routine, so you're trying to get. There's so much going into it that trying to get up for the game at that point. There's a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
It just historically has been very difficult for teams to get there and win it in their first try.
Yeah.
Very few. I go back. I try to figure out exactly what they were, but very few that have actually done it. It's just kind of the evolution of it.
Yeah, but you look at, like, the Steelers obviously won 4 in the 70s. The Niners won their first one in the 80s.
Well,
the Cowboys in the 90s.
Well,
the
you still
Patriots.
have to. Yeah, okay. And you're also talking about dynasties. You literally just named 4 of the greatest dynasties in
but
NFL
that covers
history.
50 years of the sport. They've
Understandable.
only been 58, 57 Super Bowls.
Even to go back to those, I don't know how many of those. Yeah, they won 4 in a row. I don't know how many they lost before that.
I don't think any.
Okay, maybe
think,
not. Regardless, that's my hot take. Is that I think the fucking Chiefs are going to win just by having been there before.
So basically, we're rooting for squares, anyways.
That's all I give a shit about.
Good game is important.
Yeah, make it entertaining. I don't want it to be just a boring shit game.
Yeah,
I want it to be exciting.
Historically, so often can be.
They can be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping the same thing, man. I don't care about the Chiefs or the Eagles, but a good game is fun, man. When you get down and it's actually a good game, and I know people are freaking out. It seems like a lot of the stories right now involve inflation and the price of food.
Yeah,
and I guess the good thing is if you haven't bought your Super Bowl menu yet for your party or whatnot, sounds like chicks and wings are a great deal. Like 70 cents a pound. They're down like 20%.
Okay.
They've gotten some sort of the infrastructure with Chicksons working.
Gotcha.
Supply chain. So that is, but everything else, like literally everything else is up 8%, 10%.
Yeah, bullshit. That fuck those numbers.
Yeah.
No way.
You think they're way higher up?
Oh my God.
So do I.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's way more than that. And there's ways that they manipulate those numbers to use them for their best interest. They can make them higher, make them lower based on what they evaluate it to, based on what they take out,
Yeah.
It's like the jobs report saying that we gained 500,000 jobs, but really lost one.
Sure.
Well, we weren't going to count the seasonal employment that, why the fuck wouldn't you? They're lost jobs.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look good, so you're not going to count those.
Hilarious.
Creative math.
Are you talking about Biden's fucking State of the Union nonsense?
Just overall. I mean, that was even before the address, but when they announced the numbers for January.
Yeah. Yeah, they can manipulate those numbers all they want.
But no fucking way is food only a 10%
Dude,
inflation. I mean, maybe since December.
Yeah.
But not overall.
I admittedly don't do much grocery shopping.
I know.
So I don't see it as much as most people. But the times that I have gone, it's remarkable to me. Like, I'll go buy what normally costs me $60. I'll get a couple things of coffee, some creamers, and maybe a handful of other items that I know are just, it's good to have in the house, whatever. Over $100, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. My mom and I went to the grocery store a few months ago. I swear to God, she's like, I'm going to buy you and Troy groceries. I was like, I love it.
Outstanding.
$450 or something. And it was like, we didn't get that much.
No, and it's a cart.
A cart
to get $450, you used to have 3 carts to get that much.
Right, right. Yeah. No, it was a cart, one cart at a Kroger, and it was closing in on $500.
Yeah, I mean, eggs were,
$1
a dozen, basically,
Yeah, eggs are bothering everybody, man.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, it wasn't that long ago. They were like $6, $7 a dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, supposedly they're coming back down because of whatever, but okay.
Yeah.
Is that 10%?
Yeah. No. Eggs are pissing a lot of people off because everybody likes eggs, except my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How do you like your eggs?
Fertilized.
There you go.
Is that the answer? I knew you had a joke in there.
Damn it. See, I got to not make you laugh. Sorry. My bad. No more jokes. Sorry, guys.
Your fault, team.
Sorry.
You had one of the most brilliant ideas of all time, which was for a new website, Go Fuck Yourself,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
which was for all the, in a nutshell, is basically for any time the GoFundMes of the world pulled their, like, no, we don't agree with what this is for, so we're pulling all the money.
Yeah.
Whether it was the truckers in Canada.
Yeah, that's why I think that's exactly how it started, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Came up with it because they could just arbitrarily pull the money and
Yeah.
decide what was worthy and what wasn't.
Yeah, Prime Minister Blackface doing his best attempt at a Hitler. You know, close their bank accounts. You know, their GoFundMe got shut down,
Yep.
and so you thought of Go Fuck Yourself, which was great.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to promote, you know, honestly, but brain start. There's a GoFundMe that has been removed now.
What'd they do?
Well, and this one bothers me. It's just so much of the stories that we read today get into this world of like, what? Since when is that not all right? Like it feels like we're in this backwards, weird world.
Yeah, we
And
need
it's-
updates on what's okay anymore and what's not.
Yeah.
because
We used to just live in a world where it was like, live and let live, man. Don't be an asshole to people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Look after your neighbor, your friends, your family. And for the most part, you didn't judge everybody for their decisions, and you hoped other people didn't judge you for yours. And we gave each other a little bit of leeway when we screwed up. We fucked something up,
Yeah.
and, you know, I got over the line, whether it was with drugs and alcohol or relationship issues, whatever. But everyone around you just kind of rallied.
give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
you know.
lots of benefit of the doubt was given. And now it's not, and it makes it hard to navigate. Like, okay, this new world we're living in, it doesn't feel like the rules are fair.
Yeah,
Seems like what always felt like a fair system when working properly, you know, looked out for the little guy and whatnot. Well, it's a story out of Arizona, and this guy, George Kelly, 73 years old. He's got a little farm,
okay.
you know, a little bit of land. He's got an elderly wife that's
imagine.
sick. Yeah. No, he's not dating the hot 20-year-old.
Didn't see that, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he gets shitloads of migrants coming into his property.
Okay.
And so he's he's a border town in Arizona. And he ended up shooting and killing a guy.
Oh,
Right?
Why didn't you just hand him a shovel?
Yeah, right?
All right, here you go.
Shot and killed a guy who apparently threatened him on his land.
All right.
Now, Arizona has very clear stand your ground laws. They just do. You know, you might not like that, but it's a reality situation. Well, they've thrown this cat in jail, put $1 million bond on his head,
Okay.
and you know, he doesn't have the fucking money, obviously. You know, one of those guys that doesn't make a shitload of money.
Right.
So he remains in custody, awaiting his next court appearance in Santa Cruz County, Arizona. I'm not sure where that is, but it's obviously a border town.
Near the border, I would guess.
Yep.
Let's go southern Arizona.
I'm going to go southern Arizona too, but I don't know if it's southwest.
I mean, maybe they're migrating from Colorado. I don't know.
Perhaps. No, I think it's pretty well
Sneaking in
established.
from California?
Yeah, perhaps. Friends of Kelly. So if this goes back to January 30th. He killed 48-year-old Gabrielle Butimia after he crossed illegally onto his ranch in Keno Springs near
I think it's
Nogales. What?
You made me think it was a chick with your Gabrielle.
Oh, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Kuin Butimia.
All right.
Friends
Just for
of-
context, it's
yeah,
a dude.
It's a dude. It is a dude.
Well, because I was wondering how threatened this guy was to shoot
Right.
this chick and all that.
Yeah, good point. Friends of Kelly's say he's had trouble before with illegals using his land to cross through. The elderly rancher was thrown in jail where he's remained. The man told the judge recently he had no way of coming up with $1 million. He needed to be released to help his wife tend to their livestock. Strangers who sympathize with Kelly and deem him a patriot defending his land set up a GoFundMe to help with his legal defense.
Now, isn't that? But even so, the $1 million. Then it isn't. Don't you need 10%?
10%
So you
usually.
need $100,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But if you make 20 grand a year,
Yeah. Well, but you don't have to even. But that's just. You don't actually have to pay that. That's just your bond to make sure that you show up for court, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what
But
the
he's still
bail's
gotta
bond
come up
does
with-
do.
Yeah. So he'd still have to come up with that 10% though, 100 grand, whether he takes that from a bail bondsman or
Right. Yeah. I mean, to get out, yes. So it's not $1 million; it's 100,000.
Right.
And you don't like you have to pay it. Technically, that's why people A do because they don't have it, but B you don't. You get it back if you do everything right. I think right. I haven't ever had to pay bond.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
You pay it to get out, and it's just so if you skip, they get the money basically.
Right, they keep the 100 grand.
Which is why bail bondsmen do that, and that's why they'll track you down if you don't go to court because they're not going to eat the fucking money.
Right.
But I don't see why, if you're going to go to court, then why not just have a bail bondsman do it and go to court and.
I don't know.
Okay.
And
I'm not sure how the
know.
process all works. Like,
I don't know what the rules are for
Yeah.
that, and it might vary by state
maybe.
on some level. I don't know. The company has since, so GoFundMe has since removed those pages, citing their policy that they do not allow any fundraising to help defend violent crimes. Well, that's bullshit. I mean, we've seen cases
Yeah.
where, Black Lives Matter defense funds and shit have all been allowed to do GoFundMe.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fine line because.
Sure is.
By the letter of the law, then this is proper. Have there been some shenanigans, some tomfoolery, some other ones that probably should have been yanked down? Yes, but this is very cut and dry. This is for someone that is on trial for murder, basically, and whether this is justified or not, or worthy of the charge, I don't know.
Right.
But you can't get in the business of picking and choosing which ones you want to let go either.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
some asshole, mass murderer goes out there and his fan club wants to raise a GoFundMe to,
Yeah.
you can get around it. It's just not going to be on the platform GoFundMe.
Right, but that's the platform most people use. And
Sure.
are most familiar with. It's like, well, if you don't like Google's policies, build your own search engine. It's
Yeah.
like, well, okay, I get it, but it should be, I don't know. GoFundMe, it seems like they're stepping in, like, to defend. What their thing is, we've got a policy that we don't allow fundraising to help defend violent crimes. It's like, well, he hasn't been convicted of a violent crime.
No.
Been accused of one potentially. It might just be a straight up self defense and a stand your ground law, which is absolutely legal in Arizona.
You're absolutely
Castle
right.
doctrine, same
Like
type
I said,
of thing.
that's where you don't want to get into having to decide which ones are valid and which ones aren't. So if you just have a blanket statement across the board that we don't want to use our platform for that type of fundraising.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get to like legal defense funds sounds like a legitimate fundraising thing.
Yeah.
Whether this guy's accused of murder and these people
Or
are
tax fraud.
Right.
Does that really make a difference? It's still going to pay your lawyer for somebody to not go to prison?
It seems like they're getting involved where they probably shouldn't. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the legal process hasn't taken place yet. If people want to raise money now, if you said, look, we've got a hard and fast rule on our platform. You cannot go on our platform and say, hey, we're looking to raise 100 grand to throw the biggest Klan party you've ever seen. We're going to provide hoods and robes for everybody. There will be burning crosses, and we'll provide the lighter fluid and the matches. Like, I get it. Hey, we're having a Holocaust party. Everyone bring a fake Jew with you, and we'll have a Holocaust party. Trains will be running. I get it. You don't want to promote that. That's fine. But something like this,
Yep.
does it only have to be like, oh, I'm down on my luck, I can't afford my rent? It seems like a legal defense fund would be something like, why are you getting involved with this? Take your little bit off the top and fuck off.
Yeah. That's what they should do. That's where you get into the whole debate on whether it's a publisher or a platform. Or
Platform,
whatever.
yeah.
When you start getting involved with what is available out there.
Yeah.
And they should. They shouldn't turn anybody away because they're getting money off it.
They are.
So that's the bottom line is,
and they're getting
profit
press off it, and they're getting everything else. They have set up a Give, Send, Go page for him instead,
there you
which
go.
is basically like going go to Rumble. Okay, I understand Rumble exists. It's not the fucking same as YouTube.
No.
I'm sorry,
But the people that are, I mean, the reality is that it doesn't matter the platform that does the fundraising for it, because that link is going to get shared throughout the friends and family that it needs to get shared to.
Right.
It doesn't matter what link you click. It doesn't matter if it's GoFundMe. It doesn't matter if it's Go Fuck Yourself. If it's send fucking
go give send, give send go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does in the fact that if this GoFundMe is set up and it sits there for 3 weeks and raises $1 million, and then they pull the plug on it and they just give money back to everybody. People have done that already. They've given already. What are the odds that they're still going to be fired up for it and they're going to go to the new one and they're going to donate there? It's going to turn people off. You're not going to raise nearly what you did the first time through.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if day one you set it up and before it even went live, they went, this goes against policy. Find a different platform. And you go, okay, we haven't launched it yet. They made a ruling about this. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, people. I'm so sorry. I'm driving my own self nuts with my voice. I'm sorry. You know, if it seems like there could be an arbiter right there before it launches that goes, wait a minute, time out. We don't know yet, but it sounds like this might be for a defense fund involving a violent crime. And that algorithm could search the guy's name and know, well, if it's the same guy, George Kelly or whatever, that's involved with this violent crime, then it goes against our standards. And before it ever launches. And then you don't set these people back like the truckers.
Why don't you, well, I mean, I guess people need to understand the situation too when they set these up. I'm not saying that they're wrong, but know that if this goes against their policies, that there could be an issue with it.
Yeah.
Do it for his wife. Put in his wife's name. Say, oh, we're just raising money for old George is gone away, shipped up the river. So we're raising money for Helen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many people know. Now, obviously, people like us, Troy, that peruse the news every day and go through it and see these stories quite frequently. They're not every day. They're not even every month.
Yeah.
But they're enough that when they pop up, we usually talk about them and whatnot. But the average Joe that gets thrown into a media firestorm and, could be someone, whatever, goes, hey, you should start a GoFundMe. They might not even know what that is.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And so they don't know, hey, we're about to walk into a trap here and have this thing sprung on us where they're going to cancel everything. We're more aware than most people about these things, but I don't put it past the general public to be following this stuff, be aware of it.
To be honest
and
with
they
you,
think they're doing it for an altruistic reason. To them, they see a guy that there but for the grace of God go I. Their neighbors are like, dude, I live in this same rancher's town on the border, and I've had violent encounters with these fucking illegals.
I would have smoked Gabe too.
I would have shot his ass too. God knows, I got to protect my family. I don't need this guy fucking walking up to my door illegally here, demanding X. God knows. But apparently, this guy was threatened, and he fucking shot him.
This one I don't have a huge problem with, just because this seems pretty cut and dry against the policies. I have a bigger issue with like the truckers one and stuff where it's politically motivated. Right. That where it's being manipulated. That I have a real issue with.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah, and there's other examples of like that. Those are the ones that really bug me. This one, I mean, is what it is. I don't.
Yeah. Well, going back to Mr. Kelly here, and they say Give, Send, Go website way less inclined to remove pages, and that's where countless people gave to Kyle Rittenhouse. That was another one that got yanked over politically motivated and bullshit stories.
Well, but again, technically, that was, and again, he was acquitted, right?
Yeah.
So there's that whole side of it.
Yeah. And he was not guilty. He was found not guilty, and he was not guilty.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But that's another one where it's going for the defense of a violent crime. And now where do you draw the line on violent crime? Where do you do, it's...
That's why I don't think you get involved with it.
You probably should.
They're all
as
on
a business,
some level politically motivated.
Everybody's check cash is the same way.
Yeah.
You can let it go.
Yeah.
You're not...
And don't you think this is politically motivated too? When you're talking about immigration, this splits the country, as far as Dem versus Republican.
Yeah.
It just does. So whether it's Kyle Rittenhouse, a white kid at a Black Lives Matter event, or it's a 73-year-old white man, shooting a brown guy, it becomes politically motivated, which I have no doubt that's what this is. He's got a court-appointed attorney. It's kind of adorable.
Well, then what's he need money for?
Huh?
Then what's he need the money for?
To come up with that $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to stay. They cited an overwhelming scale. His lawyer, court-appointed, the scale of this is so massive, so we're going to need a couple-week delay. Well, that's all fine and good. I don't doubt that you need that couple weeks to put your defense together.
Yep.
At least you probably need a lot more than that. But the fact is, he's sitting in a fucking jail cell for those 2 weeks with an elderly, sick wife at home.
Mm-hmm.
He asked the judge to allow him his reading glasses because I can't even read the charges against me.
Jeez.
And then he asked, "Hey, judge, can you define indigent for me?" The judge ruled he was likely not indigent enough to receive a public defender. And he was like, "Okay, I got a question now.
What's this,
Your
indigent?
Honor, what does indigent mean?" It means poor or needy.
Mm-hmm.
So you were likely not poor or needy enough to receive a public defender.
Jeez.
Yeah. Kelly's bond was set at $1 million. Previously pleaded with the judge to lower it, saying, I just need to look after the old bird and my livestock. She's there by herself. Nobody takes care of her, the livestock or the ranch. I'm not going anywhere. I can't come up with $1 million. Would you consider reducing it to any degree? And the judge was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself, George. Enjoy fucking prison sandwiches."
Mm-hmm.
So the judge was not having it. So...
Sorry, I was looking through. I went to GoFundMe and I just searched legal defense.
Yeah.
And there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah,
I have to go through and figure out what exactly is what.
Yeah, they've always got some cheesy loophole to get themselves out of it,
Yep.
Because the fact is, when people were raising money on that site for, violent rioters of Black Lives Matter, they were canceling 0 of those.
Right.
None of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which tells me that the people behind it, no shock, but they're probably all just Silicon Valley assholes.
Yeah.
And they have a political ideology that they're all following, and so they'll find a way to make it shitty, to make it impossible for average Joes,
There's a lot in here that has $0 raised.
Yeah, most of them.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like even the dude that set it up, didn't throw a tenner in there or something just to fucking get it kick-started, They got to throw that fucking money down to the tip jar just to start the wave.
Yeah, here, money goes here type of thing.
Yeah, literally. That is amazing how many are just straight up $0.
Are they any good, any of them, or are they all just bullshit? Can you
how the hell do I know?
Read some of them, T. What are they for?
Let's see. Zachary Rasmussen's Legal Defense Fund. If you believe in equal justice under the law for people who can't afford millions of dollars in legal fees, please consider supporting our efforts to raise $5,000. This is to file a writ of habeas corpus.
Ah, yes, famous writ.
Oh, yeah. Zachary Rasmussen is a good person with no criminal record, made a tragic mistake. He was sentenced like a cold-blooded killer. Zachary turned himself in, ready to accept the punishment of the court with trust in the legal system. He was sentenced to 20 to 50 years, more than if he had committed a violent crime with the intent to kill. He only has until May 12th, 23, to file, or he loses the opportunity. The attorney needs a couple months to prepare. I'm happy to answer questions. Anything helps. It did not say what he actually did. So
Can you Google his name?
I don't care that much, but
yeah, and he's got 0.
0.
Oh, it's got to be such a bummer, dude.
Yeah, right.
You wake up in the morning Okay.
Yeah,
let's
what do
see
we do? What do we got now?
How close are we?
Still
Are we getting
nothing.
close? Are we in the home stretch now?
Still nothing.
0.
Okay.
Maybe people will hear us discussing it and they'll throw a $5 his way,
Right, just to be first.
Keep,
Just to get in there.
Just to be the first guy in. I don't know what the guy did. I don't know what he's guilty of, but 20 to 50, Jesus Christ, my friend.
I just
I
go
think
through.
you did something real bad.
Just start going through and fucking dropping dollars on every one of these and just rate first.
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 I guarantee you there's going to be one TDC smartass that goes in there and drops a $5 in there just to get
Maybe.
the ball rolling.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to leave them woefully short. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. But make sure you announce TDC Podcast if you're that guy. People probably listen to you, though. T, as you said his name.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to Google them, too. I got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of doctors that are Zach Rasmussens, and so they get top billing.
Yeah, sure. Michael Irvin.
Okay.
Absolutely baffled by this whole thing. I couldn't find it here. I printed out a video. You can imagine the amount of media that's on the ground in Arizona right now.
Yeah.
They've got their, for the Super Bowl and everything. And so.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to be at the Waste Management facility.
Exactly. And that's coming up next week as well, or the day after, same weekend, or whatever it is.
It should be starting right now.
Yeah. That's the famous golf tournament with the 16th hole par 3. That last year there was a hole-in-one.
Yes.
And G has invited us. I mean, I talked to him a couple months ago, and he was like, you know what, dude? Let's do it next year when it's not such a zoo here.
Super Bowl week.
Because Super Bowl weekend, you can imagine. So anyway, there's guys that do some sort of sports podcast or something that are there, happen to be in that bar, and they took a picture with Michael Irvin, offered to buy him a drink, and Irvin turned it down. But they were there when he was talking to these girls at this table.
Okay.
And so they videoed.
I thought this was in the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah,
that he ran into
it's
her.
like the lobby
So it's the
bar
lobby, the
area,
hotel
yeah.
bar? Okay.
Something like that.
Gotcha.
And he had just come back from a night out drinking with some buddies and whatnot. And obviously there's no one. It's not contentious or anything, but they're kind of doing one of these like Michael Irvin, and they're filming. It's not worth playing here, and you can barely make out what's being said. Michael Irvin definitely drops a couple F-bombs.
Okay.
But he's a jovial guy who's loud and whatever. So he's,
I didn't know that was a crime.
It's not a crime.
Okay,
exactly.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Because fuck that.
Yeah. And so this guy posted that video. I was going to pull it up here, but it's like I said, it's very hard to hear what's going on. It's not worth it. But anyway.
We better describe the shit out of it then.
Yeah. I just did, I think. Yeah, better to do it that way. So, yeah, he says... honestly, I'm a bit baffled with it all. This all happened in a 45-second conversation in the lobby. When I got back after going out, I came in the lobby, talked to somebody. I talked to this girl. I don't know her. I talked to her for like 45 seconds. We shook hands, then I left. That's all I know. It was just a friendly conversation. What's up? I don't even know. I'm totally perplexed. Nothing physical between us occurred. What law did I break? There was definitely nothing physical. That's honestly all that happened. Nobody was in my room. I don't know what this is, and it's running me crazy. Yeah, that would piss me off too, man.
Yeah, well, you don't have.
Really would.
I mean, there's something to be said for being so fucking shit-faced drunk you don't remember the conversation you had. But again, that
I'm
is
in no
not a crime.
position.
But that's not a crime,
Right.
I mean, you're there, you're working, you're not working at the time, but you know what I'm talking about. You're there representing your company essentially.
Yeah.
But again,
But he didn't look to me like he was staggering. He didn't, you
right.
know.
But again, like I said, I mean, okay, but if you don't remember a conversation you had,
Well, he sort of does. He remembered
he
that it
didn't.
took 45 seconds.
no, he's
It
been
was-
told a lot since then, and
Probably.
he's watched the video now. But based on his initial statement, when he was like, "No, like I don't talk to anybody," and they're like, "Well, we got video." I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I did.
Yeah, he was saying he talked to someone for maybe a minute,
Yeah.
which you could say a lot of horrific shit in a minute.
But
I mean, if
with all this shit, nothing's been said about what he said or what he did.
No.
Just she made this complaint, and now
Bitch. Karen.
Right. I mean, that's the part I have a problem. I mean, unless something is so egregious, they're like, well, we couldn't even talk about it. We don't even want to say it out loud.
Yeah,
but I highly
they
doubt
find ways to let you
believe
know
me,
what
when
it
Michael
was.
Irvin does something wrong, it would be
Yeah.
they would be out in front of it.
Yeah. Well, now it just leads to the accusation of another, strong black man being taken down by a Karen white woman. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
now that door's open, and it's like, great.
Yeah.
Just what we need.
Disproportionately affected.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should have to. They should have to own this shit. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a weird situation.
It's just a weird world we're living in right now.
I mean, it's not like roofied her and banged her in the room or
No.
anything. Grabbed a titty on the way by. Fucking grabbed her like a
used to
six
be,
pack.
Like, back in the day, for something like this, for you to be removed from the coverage of the biggest weekend in sport, it would have to be a he said, she said, where went up to the room and had sex at a minimum. And then she regretted it the next day. And then it becomes, was it regrettable sex?
Yeah.
Did he roofie you? Did he take advantage of you because you were drunk and blah, blah. Like one of those things where it's like, we've decided to remove him until we can sort all this out, blah, blah, blah. But this, a simple conversation in a lobby of a hotel.
I don't.
And even what little evidence we do have, everyone around there seems to be going, Michael didn't do anything wrong. What are you talking about?
Right.
He took pictures with us. We offered to buy him a drink. He said he's good with his club soda. He was having club soda. He couldn't have been nicer. He was down for 45 seconds. And then he went up to the room.
Yeah.
And so he's tarred and feathered for that now. Loses his gig. I mean, come on.
I mean, it still seems like he doesn't know what he's being accused of.
Right.
And that's the part that would really fucking piss me off. Like, if you don't go public with it, that's one thing. But me personally, like, I'm the one that's being affected by this. I'm the one that's being said, this is being said about.
Yeah.
I need to know what I'm being accused of.
Right.
Right now, immediately, before I accept this demotion, before I accept this punishment that you're handing down to me.
Right.
I need to know exactly what I'm being accused of so that I can defend it. And it doesn't sound like they've told him. I mean, maybe
No.
they did, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
And usually, if that video that I saw is actually of that interaction, and
Yeah.
it makes sense, everyone agrees he talked
All
to
checks
someone
out.
for a minute and then left and went to his room. So, unless that video is total bullshit, which I doubt it, there was no moment. You can see a couple blondes sitting at a table, and he's talking to him. And like I said, he definitely drops a couple F-bombs, but again, hardly a crime,
Right.
hardly any rational, normal adult hasn't heard,
Yeah.
especially sitting at a bar. It's not like they were in a church, and he's dropping F-bombs in the church, and it fucking made everyone clutch their pearls.
Hardly a fireable offense.
Right. But there, at no point, like people are laughing and smiling. At no point does one of the girls get up and be like, you see her going with her head. How
Yeah.
dare you talk to me like that? Like, no, not at all. Where you could go, I don't know what he said.
Yeah, but
It's
that one got her.
unintelligible, but
Yeah.
whatever
But
it was.
that was it right there.
Right. That moment right there. Right. Whatever just came out of his mouth there made her stand up and fucking throw a drink in his face. Or,
Just a reaction.
but that doesn't happen. So it's,
Odd. I don't know.
yeah, it's weird, man.
It's karma for all those shitty first downs he fucking celebrated.
He was the first doing that, wasn't he?
He was. Fortunately, not the last.
No.
Hey, this part of the show is brought to you by The Party Pub. If you want to impress everyone at your grad party, wedding reception, poker night, MMA viewing party, or for any other reason, you need to contact The Party Pub. It's a massive inflatable pub that can be set up wherever you choose. They also have all the best party games, beanbag toss, badminton, giant inflatable screens, axe throwing, which is dope, and much, much more. Call Jeff El Jefe at 586-524-6701 or visit thepartypubrentals.com and take your event to the next level. TDC's listeners get two free games and 10% off.
Yeah, those games are fun as shit. We've had them over here. They're so much fun. I was going to hold this story to a little longer, but dude, honestly, my voice is driving me nuts. So I'm going to try to get through this. There's an article that's making the rounds today from a New York magazine called The Cut.
All right.
And I don't think it's about circumcision.
No? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a real missed opportunity there.
It's 140 etiquette rules. So it's intended as a guide on how to deal politely with social situations.
All right.
Magazine asks readers,
140 of them?
yeah.
Jesus.
Magazine asks readers, do you know how to behave? Are you sure? With sections covering friends and lovers, strangers, going out, staying in, tipping, work, the city, parenting, texting. The rules were put together by asking people about situations that typically put them on edge. I have the article here.
Okay.
It's you can see it for those.
Pretty substantial. Well,
It's a
140 of them.
Book.
Because I'm sure it's not just like number one, this, number two. It's not a list. It's something with a fucking paragraph describing it after.
Yeah.
So you got
And a lot of it is snooty New York. So somebody like, so you're having dinner with a table including a couple celebrities. How do you respond? Like shit like that, where you're like, oh yeah, just your typical day hanging out with a couple A-listers.
Yeah.
You know, which, whatever. I got to tell you, man, I don't know what's with this generation, but there's a lot of insulting shit in here too. Like, and this applies to white men, or this applies to you. We're talking about you, boomer. You know, like very insulting. Like, who gave these people the impression that they get to speak for the world?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting to the point where it's like, you know what? I don't take anything you do seriously because you have a shitty, snobby attitude to anybody that came before you. Like you know better than them on how to act in every situation, what you can and can't say in front of this colored person, what you can and can't say if this group isn't. Like, go fuck yourself. Who are you? Right?
Yeah.
We all have grown up in this world traversing things as they come. It's not for you, fucking whatever your station is in life, to tell all of us how to fucking act and behave all the time.
Self-proclaimed king of etiquette.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go with queen either way of
Yeah.
etiquette.
Yeah. It's just, I don't remember shit like that. Like it used to be, okay, here's a guide on etiquette for you, right? And if we would have read this shit as a kid, it would be like, if you want to have proper etiquette, you know.
Put your napkin on your lap at dinner.
Right.
You know, have the salad fork on the left. Things like that.
Show up no more than 15 minutes early to a party and no more than 10 minutes late. You know, shit like that. Like,
Sure.
like don't no call, no show. Make sure you provide at least 24 hours notice.
Yep.
You know, otherwise it could be viewed as rude. Like shit like that, right?
Basic.
Just basic things like, oh, I didn't realize, but I guess I've done that before. Showing up fashionably late 2 hours to a party.
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of a dick move when they've ordered food for X amount of people and
Sure.
blah, blah, blah. Like the first one here in the friends and lovers section. You don't have to read everyone's book. And I was like, you don't have to read everyone's book. Again, New York.
Yeah, here
so,
we
yeah, it's odd. When your friends have all written their books, you can just politely say how impressed you are. They've created something like this in the first place. What a feat.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, super relatable.
Big time.
Super relatable to all of us that have written books. And
Yeah, you
all
don't
the
have to read
people we
mine.
know. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. I absolve you of that responsibility.
What a feat is always effective. Also works well if you saw your friend's show and hated it. You know, oh, what a feat, blah, blah, blah. I get this show one. I don't ask people like, oh, do you listen? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
to be like, I'm assuming you don't. You know what I mean? Like, you'll let me know if you listen. If you're a friend or a family or an acquaintance.
Or I mean, if you bring people to like you're putting on a show, a performance, or whatever,
Right.
and you bring people out, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's unwatchable.
Right.
And then you get done, and then you have to have a conversation after the show with them.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think?
What'd you think?
Now you're at that fucking crossroad.
Right.
Of how do you approach that situation?
And what do you do? What do you do, T, if you came home one day and you were like, Mike, you want to come with me to this thing? My buddy wrote a play and they're putting it on. He's trying to fill seats. Will you go out to this thing with me? And it's like, yeah, what? Sure. And we go, and the thing eats a giant dick like we knew it would. What do we do when your gay friend comes up to us and says, "What'd you think of my play?"
I mean, I'm not going to be the one that was like, "Oh my God, so good,
Yeah.
so good."
I know you're not.
No, but I'm also not going to be like, "That was the biggest pile of shit I've ever fucking seen in my
Yeah.
life. Fuck
Yeah.
you for making me sit through that."
Yeah.
I'll find a happy medium. I'll try and find some positives. I will be honest about some of the negatives.
Yep.
I will, because in all honesty, honest critique is a lost art
Yeah.
these days. People need that sort of feedback.
Yeah.
That's why we have 8th place trophies, because everybody just gets their dick sucked all the time.
And you can find something nice to say
Right,
about anything.
oh my God,
can.
this part was good. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought you were, the fucking lighting was great. This venue, am I right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Don't just totally bag on it, but be
Yeah.
like, yeah, but
I mean, even if Hitler came up to you and said, "What do you think of me work?"
Ah.
Well, be like, I gotta say, man, that is one of the finest dressed armies I've ever seen.
that was,
Yeah.
it was effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What you were going for,
Yeah.
nailed it. There's no way I can take that back.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea on all fronts, but I got to tell you, man, as far as like rallying the troops,
yeah. I mean, some of the best
Nailed it.
propaganda I've ever seen. Am
Ever.
I right, Dolphy?
Ever.
Yeah.
and I got to tell you too, whoever came up with that fucking logo you got there, I know you stole it from the Indians, but that thing is dope. What do you call that again? A swastika? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool design. I mean, I'm not crazy about what it stands for, but
Sure.
it is a cool design, So,
Unique.
in other words, unique. Yeah. Not totally original. Again, the Indians had it 1,000 years ago, but whatever. It's effective. Worked.
Right.
So you could find anything. You could find a little smidge of something in there. Anyway,
If we got 140 of these, we better.
yeah, we don't. We don't have 140. You may callously cancel almost any plans up until 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., there's still ample time for your friend to text around and find another dinner companion. By 3 p.m., they almost certainly will be alone for the night. This doesn't apply if you want to cancel on someone who is cooking for you. In that situation, you have to tell them the night before.
Okay. I mean, you're assuming that this cancellation is voluntary, too. I mean,
Right,
that
right.
you're just opting out of going, not that something has come up.
Right.
So if that were the case, then why the fuck did you agree to it in the first place if
Yeah.
you don't want to go?
Right.
But I mean, things do come up. Things happen. Better opportunities come around. Something
that's
you'd
why I don't
rather do.
RSVP.
There's
That's why I don't do it, T. I have a fucking hard and fast rule of
Sure.
not respond soon, very please.
Yeah.
Because what if some better plans come about, and now I'm tied to your fucking
exactly
stupid thing?
Yeah, can't be anchored into that stuff. I get
Yeah.
it. But
This idea of 2 p.m. is okay.
But 3 o'clock is the-
p.m.
fuck off. Stop it. Just stop it.
Don't use friends as foreplay. I will explain.
Please do.
If, as a couple, you start an argument in the middle of a group of friends, that group of friends may start looking a lot like potential allies. Resist that urge. Do not attempt to shore up support. Do not ask if you are clearly in the right. Continue debating with your significant other if you must, but leave others out of it.
That's probably a good idea.
I love getting involved.
Yeah.
Going, dude, of course, I'm always going to take the guy's side, like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what he's done, it's like I got to stick together with my boys here.
It puts people in an awkward situation.
Does it matter if alcohol's involved? Because I've seen when alcohol's involved, all bets are off.
Well,
fight breaks out, and it's
course.
like half the room goes this way, half the room
Yeah,
goes that way.
of course it makes
I'm
a
thinking
difference.
about your cottage at one point.
Yeah, sure. That was a good one.
That was a classic,
That
dude.
was a doozy.
That was a doozy. but you saw how it divided the room, and it
yeah.
was almost like males, female,
Sure.
And that happens, and I love a good gossip going on.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
who's in the right, who's in the wrong. It happens. This one I thought was bullshit. Never wake up your significant other on purpose, ever.
I don't think ever.
And don't turn on the lights when they're asleep, ever.
All right, fuck you. This whole list could eat my bag of dicks.
We're on the friends and
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
House fire. I'm not waking up someone now. Fuck that.
Right? Never, ever.
The Cut magazine told
you
me.
You said never, ever.
ever.
Right.
Sounds like a snooty cunt, doesn't she?
Yeah. So when I have to get up and go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, but my significant other gets to sleep until 8 o'clock, I'm supposed to stumble around in the dark and trying to figure out my shit. You know, no,
Yeah.
I don't go blasting every light on. You know, and put it on.
Crank the stereo.
Right. I even have the goddamn common courtesy to put the blanket up over their head so that the light doesn't blind them and wake them up. Yeah.
I think you can get away nowadays. Everyone's got a phone with a flashlight on it. You can get away with just flipping that bastard on and going about your business.
Yeah, not every fucking day that I have to get up and go to work. I'm not doing it by flashlight.
Hell no,
Fuck
no,
off.
no. I get that.
If I have to, wander around to go find a glass of water in the middle of the night, sure, I'm not going to go turn on all the lights.
Yeah.
But this stop with your fucking pretentiousness. Oh my God, I hate these people already.
All right, here's what we're gonna do, T. Going forward, I'm gonna have you read these
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
because my voice is so fucked. There's a bunch of them here. I've highlighted ones that I think are worth even having a discussion about. Doesn't mean they're all great. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, I think I can handle it.
Okay. We're starting there.
All right, I'll start wherever the fuck I want. You don't tell me what
Well,
to do.
don't start with the ones I've already fucking read.
Well, why not?
Take the goddamn thing back from you.
Okay. If someone starts telling you a story that you've heard before, you have 2 seconds to tell them. Interject with, "Oh my gosh, that was hilarious," or "truly horrific," or "unbelievable. You've told me." But if you don't say it within the allotted time, you got to just listen to them tell you the story again.
I've been through this one.
Yeah.
Obviously, we tell a lot of stories. Repeat stories are a thing.
Yep.
Sometimes it might be 2 minutes into your. I'm just using you as an example.
When it clicks.
When it clicks, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, wait, dude, you've told me this. I know.
No, these little hard and fast rules they're playing with are bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I can understand, and really, I hate listening to stories multiple times.
Yeah, I know
So
you do.
I'm all for it, and I will say something like, "Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, we
Yeah,
got
you
this."
can kind of be a dick about it sometimes.
Sometimes,
too.
sure.
Yeah,
You know, well, and usually it's not the second or the third time I've heard it, but once we get beyond that, I'll shut her down pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I have limited time too. I'm,
There's a way to go. Oh God, I remember you told me this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. The fucking hilarious story.
yeah. But see, and then even this is okay. If you've heard the story, but somebody else there's another person there that hasn't heard the story.
Yep.
You got to shut the fuck up and take it.
Yeah.
You don't get to deny that person the story.
Nope.
But to act like this is just black and white.
Yeah.
This is
Stamp it.
Yeah, no, of course. No, you have 2 seconds. That's it. If it's 2 seconds, fuck you.
Yeah.
You got to sit there and just take it, even if it's a 4-hour story.
Yeah.
You missed your window. Sorry. Fuck out of here.
Agreed.
When another human is present, don't talk to your animal in the private voice you use.
No, that's a shit. No.
When another human is present, don't talk to your animal in the private voice you use when alone together.
No, that's wrong.
This one is absolutely right.
That's
100%
that's
right.
BS.
No, that goes for all of you out there. Stop fucking talking like idiots to your animals.
I talk like an idiot to all of your animals. If someone brings their animal over here, I don't care. I can't help it, so I don't care about that rule.
The cut's really onto something here.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, on a date, all individuals present should gently and politely compete to pay the entire bill. Gently and politely. On a
I
date,
thought you were supposed to get up and act like you got to go to the bathroom.
on a date, all individuals present. So
On a date.
right? So I'm assuming that's generally 2, but you never know what they're doing at the cut
New
these
York.
days.
Yeah.
Gently and politely compete to pay the entire bill. Now,
Okay, go ahead. I'm old-fashioned in this one.
yeah,
I've never let a girl pay. Now, dating a girl for 5 years,
Sure.
fine. She wants to grab dinner. Hey, let's go out. I'm buying.
Yep.
Fine. I let Beth pick up the tab a handful of times,
sure,
for instance.
of course.
New girl, she's just not paying. I'm sorry. We're not going Dutch.
Nope.
And I'm not letting her fucking pay.
No. And again, there's circumstances to that too. If if she asks you out,
Or she says, hey, it's your birthday. I want to take you somewhere special. It's
course.
my treat.
Right.
I guess. Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Or if like say you got like concert tickets or something. You got $400 wrapped up in concert tickets and
Yeah.
parking and all this stuff, and be like, okay, let me get dinner. Makes sense. It's
Yeah.
not, I get it. So yeah, no. But you could always play that game. No, let me pay. No, let me pay. No, let me pay.
I was gonna get
Let
it.
me-
You get
yeah.
it all the time.
Right. Yeah. No, let's play that game every time. Or how about you just establish the fucking guidelines going into this stuff so we don't have to play these games at the end.
You know what
Adult
I think it is,
conversations go a long way.
I've seen you navigate this, and I don't have any problem with it. I've seen you do this where a girl pays. You know, you've gotten it the last 4 times, and it's like, yeah, she's gonna pick that up. And I've never thought like, God, what an asshole. Jesus, I wouldn't do that. I think where it comes down for me is my own insecurities, of which I have myriad. I have so many insecurities that I can play it out in my head fucking all the way down the road of she's going to tell everyone she knows what a cheap asshole I am, which is not based in any sort of reality at all. But that's my own insecurity and my own thing. So when I see it play out with friends and it's like, yeah, it's no big deal. They're 2 grown-ass people.
Sure.
She picked up the tab. Great. Good for her.
Yeah,
He picked it up. You know, no big deal.
Equity.
Yeah, sure. You can look at it like that, but it's never felt like a forced thing or a weird thing when I've seen you do that. Not that you're not totally generous and pick up plenty of tabs, which you do. It's just, again, I think it's my own insecurity and the way I was raised on some level too about like, oh, the man pays.
Oh, believe me. I mean, I pay
90%
almost
of the
exclusively.
time, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, you're right. It's not, I'm going to pay every time. You
Yeah.
know, like, okay, you go ahead. You get this one. You know,
Yeah.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
And that's, how relationships work.
Yeah.
But generally on a date, and especially if it's, I ask somebody out,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't, I will pay for everything.
Yeah.
I would expect not at all.
Yeah. I got dinner. You get the movie and popcorn.
Would
No.
be nice for them to offer that I can say politely decline.
Yeah.
Say, no, that's very sweet. I appreciate that. Let me
got
do
it.
this. Yes.
Yeah.
Never send an edible arrangement.
The fruit basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things that are appropriate in any situation. Babka, brodo, money. I don't know. Oh, okay. So coffee cake and brother stock.
No, broth or stock.
Broth or soup. Okay,
So it's a
broth
soup
or
of some
stock.
sort.
I
So
got
I'm
you.
assuming this is a New York thing.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's unexpected money, if there's unexpected costs to deal with. A smoked turkey is especially nice for a grieving family. It can feed a lot of people. It's delicious cold or warm and can be eaten on its own in a sandwich or salad or hot, open-faced.
Yeah.
Smoked turkey.
Yeah.
Not a beautiful edible arrangement of
Yeah.
fruit and shit. A smoked turkey.
I was going to say, what the fuck's wrong with that? I'm assuming an edible arrangement means dipped fucking chocolate dipped strawberries.
It is. And I mean, so.
And they do some beautiful designs with some of those. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
But this is, there's no like, there's no pretext to this. Just starts. Number 14. Never send an edible arrangement. Like ever? Like
Yeah.
what if my mom fucking loves edible
Edible
arrangements? I don't get to do that anymore? Sorry, Mom. Piss
Yeah.
off.
Again,
The cut told
pretentiousness-
me-
this is probably a 23-year-old woman who wrote this.
Yes.
So you get it. She's got everything figured out.
Caesar.
Yeah.
Oh boy. If you ghost someone, stay gone forever. That's probably
Yeah,
that's
it's probably not
good advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghosting someone and then coming back several years later to request a favor.
Well, who would do that?
Yeah, right.
Honestly. Ghost someone and then 3 years later call them up like, can you help me move?
Yeah, right.
Come on.
That's like
Stupid.
the rando, hey stranger message. Like I tried to fuck you a while ago and you wouldn't give it up, so now I'm circling back years later. That's
Yeah,
the code for that. Hey stranger.
Stranger.
Oh, don't wait for the right time to break up with someone.
That's a tough one.
Think it's compassionate to wait until January 2nd to dump them? No, it just shows you were planning to do it all through the holidays.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you get through the holidays together and it's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking dump her on the 25th.
Right.
Or the 24th. Can we get through the holidays together with her family and everything that's planned instead of destroying her, which I know it's going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're being more considerate of their feelings if you do that, right? She can circle back and go, he must have been planning this the whole holidays.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Right, I have been,
he's
but I
never-
could have dumped you on fucking Christmas Eve. Would that have been better?
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
it wouldn't
Right.
have.
Yeah, I was thinking about it then, but I didn't because I'm not a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. I decided not to dump you the day before your birthday. I decided to wait a few days after your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
Seems
it before,
like a
so you don't have to
considerate
get him
thing.
a present.
Of course, this 23-year-old female who wrote this has all the answers.
Yeah, right.
Knows better than everybody.
This is a good one, though. If you're a dating adult, you should own lube. It doesn't matter who you have sex with. You should have lube on hand.
Okay. I don't hate that one.
Nope, you never know. Lube's good stuff.
What's the other thing some people talk about having? Like, is it, how do you pronounce it? Condoms? What are those things?
What do you mean?
Condoms, I think they're called. I think you're supposed to have those on hand too, which is hilarious.
I don't know what
You ever heard of that?
No. What is it?
I don't know.
Is that like a?
I've just
is
heard
that like
people
a
say
broth
it.
or a stock or?
No, I don't
Like
think
a
it's a
coffee
brother.
cake?
Shit, it's something like that. It's pronounced like condoms or something. I've never heard.
Jimmy
of it.
hat?
Yeah.
Fuck that. If you've met someone and they clearly don't remember your name, say, "Hi, we've met. I'm X." It's the perfect middle ground. Assertive, we've met, I know it, and so do you. But generous, you're telling them your name so they don't have to grope around blindly. Big time. I always say my name so they don't have to squirm.
Okay, that
Those
was
are
my
your
note,
notes.
my
Yes.
side note. Yes, I wanted to remind myself. I do that quite frequently.
Yeah.
Where I'll introduce myself in the hope that because my problem is I'm very bad with names.
I am terrible with names.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
It's
like
not just
it won't even be out of your mouth yet, and I've already forgotten it.
right.
Yes.
Right. And it's especially embarrassing if we have an event and we've had 10 events and you've been at all of them and I talked to you for 30 minutes at each one.
Yep.
And I by all accounts should remember your name. There's a good chance I don't. And it has nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything.
Right.
I'm just that fucking bad. I forget my own family's names from time to time. So that's just the reality. So I make a habit of like, hey, and I do it. This is going to sound pretentious, especially with anybody with like a local celebrity or something. I'm not going to assume they know who I am, even if we've met a dozen times.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, Mike Walters. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, of course I remember. Take someone off the hook.
Yep.
I take someone off the hook. I don't make them fucking beg and go.
Now, how do
What
you?
was your name again?
That's fine. Now, if you're doing that too, because if you don't remember somebody's name, right?
Yeah.
So you go in, you give them your name.
Yeah.
Now flip the script on that. There's somebody you don't remember their name. They don't remember your name. Now they come up to you and they say, "Hi, I'm Bill Mahalski, man. You remember?" Like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Now,
No, I'm going to
Do
make
you-
them sit there and squirm. Like,
no. But so, do you return with the saying your name? No. 100 out of 100, you don't respond
it
by saying your
depends.
name.
Usually someone will come in and be like, Mike, hey, Bill Mahalski. I'm not sure you remember. And I'm like, yeah, Bill, of course I remember you. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
So I'll do that a lot.
Right, but you walk up to say, "Hey, Mike Walters, good to see you." Yeah, they go, "Oh, yeah, hey, fucking Bill Mahalski." They don't return and say their name because you're coming up and saying your name to them. I'm just saying it doesn't go both ways.
Well, and you can attest to this. Beth can attest to this. A lot of people in my orbit can attest to this. Or I'll go, hey, dude, we're going in here. I don't fucking remember this dude's name. Can you figure it out? And you're great at it. Chicks are not as great, but they can hit or miss. But you're good at going, hey, by the way, I don't think we've met. I'm Troy.
Yeah.
And it demands they reciprocate. Oh, hey, Troy, Bill Mahalski. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Bill. Yeah, this is Troy. He's you know him from the show or whatever. And gives you that automatic, like, boom, boom.
Yep.
And I'll gladly do that for anyone else. Like,
Sure.
hey, Mike, nice to meet you. What was your name? Yeah, I don't think we've met.
Yeah. I have no problem just saying I'm fucking terrible with names. I remember you. It's not like I don't know who you are. I just don't remember your name. I suck at names.
Yeah.
It's not a personal thing. It's not because I think less of you. I just don't remember names.
Again, my own insecurities.
Yeah. I mean, so I'll say it outright. So it's like,
And I've
I
done
know
that
we've met.
before. I've done that before, too.
Of course. This one goes out to a very special listener.
Okay.
If someone mispronounces a word, but you know what they meant, just move along. Just move along.
Does it matter how bad they fucked up said word?
I mean,
if they just butcher the shit out of a word.
I believe it's Taliban. I mean, listen, I will do it so that they don't sound stupid. If they're saying something like so ridiculously wrong that they sound stupid saying it, I'm not going to call them out for being stupid, but I'll correct them so that they don't continue sounding stupid to other people that will.
Hey, I've heard you guys talk about that car dealer. Is it Sizote Ford?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going to Sizote Ford to get a car.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you'd go, dude, it's Zott Ford.
Zott,
Yeah. Zott Ford. You're talking about. Yeah, they're great.
But, I mean, that's
that shirt you're wearing. Who's Run to Mick?
Run to Mick.
Who's Run to Mick?
It's,
yeah, dickhead, it's Run DMC.
It's Daryl Mack.
Yeah.
Never ask anyone what their job is.
What?
It's classist and boring.
See, can you tell a fucking snooty 23-year-old
Yeah.
woman wrote that?
Right? Because, yeah, if you're...
Classist? It's classist. What if you don't give a shit? Only you're classist if you think that no matter what their answer might be, indicates that their job might be as high profile as you need it to be.
Well, in this twat's defense, never ask anyone what their job is. It's classist and boring. And then it finishes with saying, try 3 other options first, or 3 other topics first. Okay, so don't lead with that. Hi, what do you do? You know, get to know somebody, whatever. You're going to figure that out eventually. So it's not quite as egregious when you put it in that context.
Yeah, but I think my problem was classist
and boring, right?
Yeah, fuck you, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, I got 1,000 questions no matter what you say your job is.
Yeah,
honestly. I'm still intrigued when you send me a picture from work and I'm like, holy shit, you're driving that thing? That's a 20-ton vehicle. How do you know how to do that? You know, that shit intrigues me. So I don't care if you're a fucking mailman or a garbage man.
Do not touch the small of my back to move around me at the bar.
Bullshit.
If you're ugly.
If you're ugly.
That's the fucking sentence. Not don't touch the small of my back to get around me. Don't touch me, motherfucker. No. And you know what? Cool.
Yeah.
This fucking bitch said, do not touch the small of my back to move around me at the bar if you're ugly.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this generation is on a whole new level.
Holy
dude.
shit.
Whole new level.
Oh my God.
I think she gives an example of what she means too. I think she.
I don't even care.
Don't even
it does
bother.
not even matter. Yeah. So it's something about Caillou's head or something she said.
How do you
in
feel
there.
about that though? If you're at a crowded bar, do you have any problem with someone touching your back, guy or girl, by the way, that is trying to scoot by you? I don't give a shit.
No, excuse me. You know what I mean? Like that.
I mean, don't grab me by the dick.
Right.
I won't grab your tits as I'm going by.
You know.
But if I brush up against you or put my hand on your shoulder or your back.
Generally I don't go small the back.
Generally.
I shouldn't say that. Lovely lady. That might be my go-to.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's
it's
a great
up,
move.
you know, it's up top, shoulder. Excuse me, buddy. Hey,
Sorry.
It's coming through. You know.
Someone as tall as you're going to be reach up top of the shoulder. Move it.
And I'll give you 1 or 2, shots. I'll be very nice. I'll be very accommodating. Excuse me.
I just squeeze a chick's buttocks.
Oh.
Just like goose.
Grab him by the pussy. That's a good move.
Yeah, grab him by the pussy.
That does it every time.
Move.
Yeah, that definitely clears the path.
I believe they used to call it goosing someone, which is an outmoded term for sure.
Right.
But I love going up to a girl and just like honk honk on her ass.
Yeah.
If I can't reach her pussy, I'll just goose the ass, and then excuse me.
Yeah.
Just play. It's
very effective. Yep.
Yeah, it's great. Uh-oh.
White people should always clearly pronounce 50 Cent. He's not fitty for you.
Again, this generation, the nerve, the gall.
First of all, this bitch better be black.
Yeah.
This bitch better be fucking black if you're going to say that shit to me.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you say it? 50 Cent. Wow, that's young 50 Cent. Wonder if he's named after someone in the family. Or do you go 50 Cent?
He's not fitty for you.
Yeah.
Oh, for you people?
Do you like the way we're
Is that what we
separating?
just said?
Do you see a lot of separation here between classes, genders, colors? It's fucking insulting on every level.
Oh my God. What? All right.
Skipping.
Yeah. Some of these are just not fucking. No deciding your order at the counter. When you roll up, speak up. If you're waiting in line behind more than one person, that's your time to figure it out. It's not for texting, getting deranged health tips from TikTok, or reading work Slack. Come ready to play and cut right to the chase. I approve of this.
Yeah, big fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It killed me for years. The ex, we'd stop, we'd like road trips and stuff, you'd stop at McDonald's or whatever, right? It's fucking McDonald's. The menu has not changed. You know exactly what they have. You know exactly what you want. We can sit there and be 4 cars deep and pull up. You have no idea the anxiety, the drive-through fucking anxiety that I have, the PTSD from finally pulling up to the window with my wife and 2 daughters in the car and roll down the window and have them go, can I help you? Yeah. I'll go, I'll have the number 1 with a small Coke, please. Anything else? Yeah, 1 second. And then this asshole's going, I
want to punch her every time you tell a story about her.
I mean, just sitting there and they're like, does that complete your order? Like, no, 1 second, please. We're still trying to figure it out, I think. Oh, I don't know. Do they have tofu? Do you have tofu?
No, it's McDonald's.
We don't have McTofu.
No, the menu hasn't changed in 100 years of our existence.
Okay. Yeah. So that was my fucking life. So this one, so far, this and the lube are the only ones I'm team twat.
Yeah, I would say, is it acceptable when to this day, and I sort of know how your wife feels, but I'm very, very quick about it usually. I can pull into Taco Bell and look at that thing, and then I eventually come back to give me 2 hard shell tacos and a bean burrito, extra red sauce.
Yeah. Well, see, Taco Bell changes because they're like the $5 box is a different one every time I go there. So I got to assess my situation there. But again, I might take a minute, and I will openly go, just give me 1 second, please. They'll be like, sure, take your time. Order when you're ready.
Yeah.
I'll look, I'll figure it out, and it will take me all of about 10, 15 seconds for me to figure it out. And be like, oh, okay, that's what's in that one. Let me see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let me do that. All right. Yeah, let me have the number 1 with a small Coke, please.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
You can't get Coke at Taco Bell. So.
I understand. Yeah, it was a callback to my McDonald's.
Sorry, sir, we have Pepsi products only.
It was a callback to my McDonald's order. Thank you very much.
I took us to Taco Bell.
I know. But it was a callback to my McDonald's order.
At that point, the correct answer is make that a small Mountain Dew.
Yeah, well, it's always a Mountain Dew there. So anyway, get your shit together, people.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Okay.
Get your shit together, especially when there's people behind you too.
Hey, she stumbled into one.
Yeah. Let's see. When planning a hangout, it's absolutely fine to say no partners, otherwise known as
no bitches.
Back volleyball days, Heritage Park.
Leave your bitch at home.
Bring your bag, not your baggage.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that one?
I
think that's almost a signal. Like, all right, what are you fuckers up to? This isn't a bachelor party. What's going on here? You don't want any of the twats around?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it depends. I mean, sometimes it's totally fine. Sometimes it's not. But if it's going to be 4 dudes without their girlfriends and then one guy brings his bitch along,
that sucks.
That sucks. Yeah. So just leave her at home. Understand the situation. Read the room. And if you have to put that out, no spouses.
I'm assuming that doesn't, like, you would never do that for a house party unless it's like a poker night. And it's like, look, we got 8 guys coming over to play poker.
Right, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's a time and a place for that, but whatever. Oh, this should be great. White people should not use any variation of racial slurs at karaoke. Tricked into performing a classic Jay-Z Kanye collab, that song is Friends in Paris to you. I'm not sure what that refers to.
It's in Paris.
Okay, yeah.
And words in Paris.
Right, okay.
That's the song.
Yeah, I know.
It's at karaoke. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to sing Friends in Paris.
I know. Well, okay, so you can just not do the song.
That's
for
fine.
one,
That's
right?
fine.
It's probably the smart
But I'm not going to
move.
say Friends in Paris.
No,
That's
I'm not
even
going to
dumber.
And again,
Doesn't that make the whole crowd go, wait a minute,
Yeah.
Friends in Paris,
What the
isn't
hell
it
is this?
N-words in Paris?
yeah. And again, Miss Thing, fuck off. Don't tell me
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah.
He's
They've got all the answers, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, T.
Don't scan the room for someone cooler to talk to.
Bullshit.
At any party, offer to bring down a bag of trash on your way out.
The bag of trash thing? Okay. This has got to be like New York City living, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Or it makes a little bit
I
of
can walk
sense.
on 19th flight of stairs and all this. And
Yeah.
listen, I'll be the first one to help out with shit.
Of course you
know,
will.
but don't tell me.
I think it's a good move. I always appreciate this. I have a handful of friends who do this well. And listeners have done this well, where we end up coming back to this place after a Newburgh show, and people are partying. We don't want them to drive home. I get it. You know, and I don't expect people to be calling Ubers at 3 a.m. And a lot of times I go to bed, and you end up staying and entertaining half the night with whoever's left.
Yeah.
And the next morning, it shows you've had 15 people over all night. There's bottles half drank and fucking shit everywhere. The people that straighten up before they leave,
Classy.
huge, classy move. I don't
big
expect everyone to do it, but it is a very classy
And a little
move.
bit goes a long way.
Long
and
way.
if everybody just does a little bit.
I'm thinking of the Costas in one example. They've done,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the Costas
above and beyond.
above
Definitely.
and beyond.
For
they
sure.
do. You know, and where it's been like I'm thinking specifically of one night everyone was here and it'd be very easy. You're hungover, you're tired to just fucking pack your shit,
Yep.
grab your bra and panties and fuck off. But they've you know, people and not just the Costas, but I was thinking of them. Maybe it was the last time we had people over and you know,
Yep.
I don't that, but you know, good people are good people.
Exactly. So, but and,
Yeah.
and you know what? You know what those people don't need? It's a fucking list to tell them to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This stuff's just inherent.
Yes. It's called being a decent person.
If you bring food or drink, you can't take it home with you. It's a house gift. It stays.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, unless it's Bud Light. Get it the fuck out of my house. fucking cases of Bud Light that keep showing up
Oh my
around
God, that's
here.
hilarious.
Fuck, that's just every fucking landscaper that comes around. Here, you want a beer?
Yeah,
Here,
have a
take
Bud Light.
have 9. Here you
Yeah.
go. Enjoy. Get them fucking rid of them.
But that puts the Bud Light purchaser in a weird category because hey, we were Bud Light guys for the longest time.
Never, ever,
Well,
ever.
BLDs.
Well, don't you don't
I
you
know, I know, I
fucking
know.
dare put Busch Light and Bud Light in the same category.
I'm just saying, as far as like a cheaper 24 pack of beer, I'm not comparing the
yeah, we're not fucking
Right.
19 anymore.
no, but there's plenty of people who like Bud Light, and I get that. That's fine, good for
Sure,
them.
yep.
They're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I know.
No, we do not want your Bud Light, but you don't want to be like. It's even weirder. Like, I guess I'll take my 20 remaining Bud Lights home.
Yep, please do.
So Troy is giving you carte blanche.
Yes,
Dude, no, please,
do. Yeah.
take your
No,
shit.
Good
and
beer
go.
can stay, but yeah, we seem to accumulate
Yeah,
swill.
which is fine in the winter. We got God's fridge, aka the garage.
Indeed, it's only good in the winter though.
Yeah.
Hey, if you put out bowls of cigarettes at a party, you have to let people smoke inside. They're not decor.
Yeah.
Who the fuck puts out? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Who puts out bowls of cigarettes at a party? Hey, I've been to a lot of parties. I've been to a lot of fucked up parties. I've seen bowls of joints, and maybe she's trying to be code for that, but I've never, ever seen bowls
When was
of
the last
cigarettes.
time you were at a Midtown Manhattan party? Maybe it's commonplace there.
Right?
I
Do those
highlighted
people
that
even-
one.
Do
too,
those
'cause
people even smoke?
It was the dumbest shit ever. Yeah, New
Dumbest shit
Yorkers
I've ever heard.
smoke like crazy.
You have to let people smoke inside. They're not, of course. I mean, yeah. And if I went somewhere and there was a bowl of cigarettes out, and I lit one, and somebody told me I couldn't smoke outside,
Yeah.
I would immediately put it out on their couch.
Again, I think this goes to the point you just made about taking trash out, where it's like I gotta go 19 floors of stairs. Like, if you're in a small apartment or a studio apartment in New York City and you're on the 20th floor, and you have a bowl of cigarettes out, it'd be hard to expect everybody that wants a cigarette every half hour to go 20 flights of fucking stairs to go outside. I know, but, I understand. It's a little different in a house in Michigan.
Putting out bowls of cigarettes.
Yeah, again, I highlighted it because I've never heard of that either.
This one's pretty relatable. When hanging out with a famous person, you should not expect a follow-up text. Hey, those people are very busy with inboxes filled with acquaintances begging for validation. You can, however, expect an Instagram follow after 2 or 3 hangs.
Sure.
If you do not get a follow, they don't respect you.
See, that's bullshit.
Or they just don't they respect you. They don't know who the fuck you are. They don't care.
Look, you're telling me, look, when after the 3rd or 4th time I was hanging out with DiCaprio and, Keanu Reeves, neither of them follow me back, but I know they like me.
Oh.
They
really?
didn't think I would,
They followed me. They didn't follow you?
No.
Oh, I've never met them to follow me.
Yeah.
Weird. If your host is doing the dishes, it means you're supposed to leave. The party's over. Yeah. That another one?
I don't host a lot of parties. I don't know about that one. Is that true?
No, in the broader spectrum, read the room. Don't overstay your welcome. You know when it's time to just shut it down and go ahead and go.
I will say there are times when I've started cleaning up and kind of putting dishes away and stuff mid-party, and I in no way am trying to send a signal like everyone get out.
No.
But I just know it's going to be a pain in the ass to clean all this shit up, and so I've definitely done that before.
Sure.
And I wasn't sending a message.
Listen, I mean, right after Thanksgiving dinner when mom's in there fucking doing the dishes, it's not like everybody's got to get up and get the fuck out.
Right.
But, yeah, if it's middle of the night and they're doing the dishes, cleaning up, like trying to go to bed, And again, dishes is arbitrary.
And doesn't this really almost talk to a very specific individual when it's 2 a.m?
The hanger-on?
The guy that's the last dude there that won't leave at all, no matter what hint you drop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hashtag fucking Perry. Hey, if you lose or break something you borrowed, you have to offer to replace it. I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Sorry, fucked it up.
Yeah.
And that happened once. I was doing a
every party someone breaks something.
Well, I was helping an ex-friend with electrical work at their house, putting all new recessed lighting in.
Nice. Easy.
Oh, good. Exactly. So doing it all, after drywall shit when I would have fucking retrofit it all, but drilling through all the studs and joists, to
do it right.
The wire through, instead
pain
of
in the ass,
job
man.
you had. Right, exactly. Well, in doing that, I smoked my drill. I had at the time it was a brand new DeWalt, 18 volt,
should have gone with a
drill or
Milwaukee.
whatever.
Should have gone with a Milwaukee.
Yeah. Well, this is when DeWalt was this shit back, this is 10, 15 years ago now. Now, did not charge the person because it was a friend of mine for the work.
So what do you mean? You burned it out?
Yeah, it burned it out, broke it.
Okay.
Smoked. Really smoke comes out of it.
Yeah.
Says I'm done.
Yeah.
Did not buy me a new drill. Did not offer to buy me a new drill. Did not make any mention of that.
Really?
I did not charge for doing the work. Was like, yeah, I'll help you out. Friends, that's what we do. I spent a fucking whole weekend over there, basically.
Wow.
You got drinks and food and stuff like that, I didn't want money. I wasn't asking for money. I didn't want to be paid for what I did. But when I ruined my brand new drill doing your stuff, you might want to step up and get me a new drill.
That's interesting, T. I'll say, boy, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So going forward, I will know that that's the etiquette.
You wouldn't have thought that.
No, I guess I've never thought of it.
Okay.
I've honestly,
now it's one thing if you got a contractor at your house or whatever, and you're paying them for the job.
And that would be the only people that I have here.
Yeah, that's part of, that's part of doing business.
Yeah.
But when it's on that level, and you know that it broke, you know that it's toast, you know that I'm fucked, and I just fucking toasted my drill. It was just one of those things where it was like, really? Like, not even, I never said anything about it. I just went and bought a new drill, but it was just, you filed that one away like, okay.
Nice move, yeah. Okay, let me throw this out to you then. We've had Dustin over here before, right? Mm-hmm. Great dude.
Absolutely.
And my
power washer.
Power washer sucks. Like I broke a knob off something, so the water you hook up to it shoots out continuous water instead
Actually,
of
it leaks gas now too.
Okay. Yep. Well, even worse.
Yep.
So Dustin has been great. And there's been a couple seasons where I'm like, hey, bro, can you let me borrow yours? And he'll come over and inevitably give me a hand with it. We didn't do it last year, but well, he's like, dude, I'll come over and we'll fucking, power wash this shit. Now, if his power washer broke at that point, would I own a new power washer? Or would you look at it like, you've had this thing for 15 years, been using the shit out of it every season, and it finally gave way. Mm-hmm. You happen to be over here helping me out. Do I owe him a new power washer?
Well, I think you're going to have to look into your own soul for that answer.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, well, listen, there are no rights and wrongs, sir. There's
so you're taking a gamble by inviting someone or having someone come over to help you.
You can ask this twat. Oh, so the person that's coming over and bringing their stuff and doing this all for free that's the gamble that you might actually have to buy
a brand new power washer. That'd be hundreds of dollars,
right? Or just fix the one you got and buy a new one for you, and then the person doesn't have to come over and bring theirs to do it.
Well, that's why I'm asking you. You don't have to get snooty about it. I'm just asking.
I think you know the answers.
No, honestly, I would not have thought I have to buy a new power wash for someone. Because you've used it now. I don't know about your drill. If it was like brand new out of the box, you could still return it if it broke, right? Like if you broke it first uses.
Well, it wasn't first new, but I mean it was brand new.
Okay,
right.
No, I'm asking because I honestly don't know what the etiquette would be on that. I agree with the etiquette of buying drinks and food.
A power washer, maybe not. Do you need to buy him a brand new one? No. Do you maybe go, hey, go halvesies on it? Do you throw him some money to go towards the new one?
Yeah,
things like that. Or do you not just go, oh, well, fuck, shit, I guess I'm going to have to find somebody else to finish my power washing. Get that piece of shit out of here.
Yeah. I like that answer.
That's the difference. Right.
Yeah.
But to at least, kind of going back to the,
and maybe you would have told,
kind of going back to the dinner, at least offer. Give me the opportunity to say no.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Everybody's got their own thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, but one thing, if you're being paid for the job, the tools and all that stuff kind of comes with it. That's the cost of doing business.
Right.
But when I'm just doing this pro bono.
Hey, this is what this is for, man. Give and take. This work community.
Exactly.
If I don't know what the answer is, and I'm learning from you a little bit, that's great.
I mean, I would think, because now I don't know if that power washer would have died if it wasn't here. Maybe not. Maybe it was how it was used. Maybe, especially, and it I don't know. But I would 100% offer.
Yeah.
Always.
Look, dude.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to figure this out. Look, when you and all of our other friends have written their books, I now know what to do. Like if I don't want to read your books.
Yeah.
That you've written.
You just don't. Tell them it was so brave and so strong.
Yeah.
That you did that. It was really impressive.
It's very impressive that you've gotten this out.
Yep. I think we're done with this bitch.
Okay.
No. I mean,
almost done with this bitch.
It's okay to email, text, or DM anyone at any hour. No, it's not. No, the fuck, it's not, bitch. Yeah. It's not. Don't fucking blow me up at 3:00 in the morning because you got something to say. Fuck you. I'm sleeping. I got to get up in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. Oh, hey.
You should have had your phone on vibrate.
I know you're sleeping, but when you get up, could you go ahead and send me that TPS report?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The nerve, the gall.
This bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for reading those, Steve.
No, my pleasure. Rest your voice.
Yeah.
I took the ball and ran with it there for you.
Huh?
I took the ball and ran with it for you.
Did you leave a bunch of extra shit sitting there?
I mean, I got.
Maybe. Did you get through all of them?
Would you like to do a 4-hour show there, Mr. Boise?
No.
I mean, we can leave. We can put a pin in it and come back.
If we put a pin in it, we could do some extra content with the rest of them.
That's why I left it where it was.
Okay.
I didn't close it.
I didn't know if you. It almost looked like you went through them all. So that's.
I did not, and I skipped some. Along the
fine.
way, just because we were under time constraints.
The reason I highlight the way I do is something pops into my head as I'm highlighting it. It's like, oh, maybe I'll get to that one with this thought, which is why I write dumb little notes. So I don't mean to highlight them all and make you read them all.
No worries. I know. Anyway. I skimmed through
it. Hey, have a great Super Bowl weekend, buddy.
Hey, thanks. You too. Go Squares.
Go Squares.
Yeah.
That's all we're looking for.
I got a feeling we might be down here again before that.
Yeah, we will. Definitely. The rest of you that don't subscribe to members content, our Patreon members, enjoy your Super Bowl weekend for you members out there.
Hey.
Yeah.
These emails are brought to you by Janet Davis Cleaners on Woodward. They're in Berkeley. It's family-owned since 1938. They offer free pickup and delivery. They use only the best environmentally friendly cleaning methods, meaning it's guaranteed odor-free. They have an intact button guarantee, means no broken buttons for you. This is a full-service dry cleaners, casual clothes, work clothes, wedding gowns, as well as sheets, comforters, duvet covers, tablecloths, and much, much more. Visit janetdaviscleaners.com or call them at 248-543-0340. Mention TDC, that's us, and get $20 off your first home pickup.
All right, I'll do a quick
Okay.
Indians workout. Hey, guys, I did not look up the Indian dude you guys said was totally ripped. So this goes back a few weeks when we were talking about...
fucking, yeah, Dances with Wolves or whatever. The fuck.
No. This goes back to Silicon Valley.
Oh, yeah, the
Kamar.
yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in a lot of shit, but
Yep.
he's doing that new show.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail, yeah.
Yep.
Who was on Silicon Valley in a bunch of stuff, but when Troy pulled up a picture of him, I thought it was Photoshop. The guy's absolutely fucking shredded.
Yoked, dude.
Yoked.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And you're like, no, I saw him a while ago, and he's absolutely yoked for real. And pulled up more pictures. I was shocked by it. So anyways, this emailer says, hey, guys, I did not look up the Indian dude you guys said was totally ripped. I have a pretty big Indian team, dot, not feather, and 50% of the guys are jacked. So this is someone who has a team of people working under them. 50% of the guys are jacked, and they
What
are...
kind of team? Is this like a chess team?
No.
No?
No.
Math team?
No.
All right.
And they are super show-offs about it. Maybe just waiting for that big Bollywood break.
Yeah, you never know.
A couple have a good face to match. So if you have someone I can get them in touch with, who knows what could happen. No, this is an actor we were talking about, so I don't think, yeah.
What is this guy trying to get a break for his fucking team?
Yeah.
For his dot team over
Well,
there?
I don't think it's a guy, but okay.
Yo, a chick, okay.
No. I think the boss is a chick
Okay.
who happens to listen to us.
For the yoked dot squad.
Yeah.
And
So
we're
you
supposed
can-
to do what? What are we supposed to facilitate?
Oh, I don't know.
right.
I don't know what that last sentence meant.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
No, but you can figure out what line of work they may be in. Mm-hmm. You know, probably something in the
IT?
medical field, something in the IT department. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
if you've got half a team of Indians, dots, not feathers.
Yeah. What's the other half? Cowboys?
I think so. All right. With that, we'll call it a day. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Again, I apologize for the voice. I know it's annoying. It's got to be as annoying for you as it is for me, hopefully.
Proud of you, kid. You did good.
Yeah.
You done good.
Thanks, buddy. Hopefully by Monday, I'm sort of recovered a little bit, but I need to shut the fuck up. All right. Be good, everybody. We'll see you soon.